Hello, Noah here. Sorry, I'm sick right now. Not deathly sick, like I can't record sick, but I'm sick enough to the point where my voice kind of hurts. So, yeah. So two things. First, sorry, there's phlegm in my throat. I can't. Okay, first thing. This Discord segment is going to take about 2 hours, but it's going to take about 3 hours for me because I take 50% longer. And then the second thing is that I got a few comments asking for me to drop the Australian accent for Hemlock, and now that he's revealed himself. And I get why people said that. I don't know. I guess I was just having fun with doing a gravelly Australian voice. I just was having too much fun, so I will drop it. But it's not going to be as gravelly. Well, I mean, maybe it'll be gravelly. I can naturally lean into that because my voice is pretty gravelly right now. I should have gotten a drink for this. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm going to go get a drink. Alright, I'm back. I have my drink. I'm ready to go. I think. My voice. Oof. There's going to be a lot of cutting in this episode because I'm going to have to cut out long pauses where I don't talk because I'm trying to collect myself. I think I mentioned this at the beginning, but this is going to be 2 hours according to the walkthrough. And so it'll be 3 hours for me probably. So this segment will probably be cut up into 3 parts, 3 episodes. So we're in it for the long run. You had to dig around even more. You just had to put your foot in, didn't you? I knew he'd eventually do something like this. And you couldn't tell me? I was skeptical at first. And you couldn't tell me, and I was skeptical at first, but now I understand. Ugh. He kept me up all night with his prank phone calls. You at the prank call stage already? He must really like you. Edgeworth. I'm sorry about, everything in there. You knew this would happen, that he was planning to hijack the entire case. And you never thought to consult the police about this? What the hell was I supposed to do? If a mobster who somehow knew everything about you was breathing down your neck? What would you do in that situation, huh? Besides, I couldn't if I tried. All my calls somehow redirect to him. But how? How can he possibly have that much control? This little thing called Grapevine. Hacking phones. To the point of choosing who you can and can't contact. I have a question. Earlier when you blurted out the attack as having happened at 4:30 a.m., how did you know that? Hemlock, he ran me through his action plan yesterday. Barely got any sleep because he kept ringing me, sometimes just for pointless reasons. He informed you of the true time he did the deed. And you somehow managed to slip it past him in your argument. I thank you for taking that kind of risk. Without it, I wouldn't have had something to latch onto and expose him. Thank you, by the way, for covering me in there. Now that he's been revealed, we just need to... But wait, if he has the entire building under lockdown, why doesn't he just escape? Good point. But I say we use this opportunity to get to the bottom of the case. Do you think that's a good idea with goons pointing Uzis at everybody? What real choice do we have? While we're stuck here for whoever knows why, we might as well uncover the truth. Right, Edgeworth? Let me out of here. Stand back, sir. Orders from the boss and nobody's leaving. That's what you think. Now get out of the way! Consider this your warning, people. No one's getting out till the boss says so. Right. We're dealing with a man who just pushed the judge out of his seat. He clearly has no qualms about doing worse. Tread with utmost caution. Okay, that's your 10 minutes. Everyone get back in here. Hemlock, I don't know how, but you're going down. That's a good point. Why doesn't he just escape? He has, all the time in the world right now to just dip. Doing his voice is gonna kill me. I'll try to relax on his voice. The judge is just by the stand. Where's Hemlock? Is he not here? Am I to assume I can retake my chair now? But Your Honor, I'm already here. Who said that? But Your Honor, I'm right here. What the? Is that a puppet? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm no puppet, I'll have you know. I'm a real boy. This case is beyond nuts now. Court is now back in session for the damnation of Renwick Smith. Are we to seriously continue this trial addressing a puppet? You should look in the mirror sometime, me. I've been addressing puppets all my life, and 3 of the finest are stood in this courtroom. How dare you? He's right, Edgeworth. It wasn't me. We've all been duped. And by my very own client, no less. Defendant, what are you saying? I'm saying, Judge, that Smithy has been leading you all on. Someone has been pulling your strings, but that someone ain't been me. He's been using me as a scapegoat to divert attention from himself. Do you honestly expect us to believe that? You hold this entire courtroom hostage and you say you're innocent in all this? I figured a little positive reinforcement was needed. Your collective opinion was starting to get a tad biased towards me. Wrong. So I figured it's time I outed my client. Then you admit you're this new ringleader everybody's been talking about? The one and only. But a killer I ain't. But you are threatening everybody here with murder. You lot shut the hell up right now! You're wrong! You're all wrong! Now wait a minute, let's not lose our heads! Is that a request? Lose your heads? Is that what you like? But it's not about what you want, is it? No. We're here right now in this situation because of my doing. Not because a joke got out of hand. Whatever this joke is, I'm sure nobody would find it amusing. That's precisely the point, you big dandy. It all starts off as a promising little knee slapper, but it falls flat at the end. What is this guy rambling on about? Is this joke going anywhere, Hemlock? Not anymore. Not now that he's about to take the stand and confess to his crimes. Come on, Grumpy Pants, up you get. And what's your name, person I'm supposed to not yet know? I'm sorry, Phoenix. I don't have a name! Renwick Smith, homicide. Now someone please tell me why that was such an issue. He's your pet, Nicky. You tell me. It won't happen again, Your Honor. It never did. So then, Smithy, a question. Why try and betray me? Why attempt to murder your bestest bud and frame me? For the enigmium. That was why I hired you. You hired me as an observer and an influencer of events. Make sure it went to plan. You got carried away on the night of the heist, didn't you, champ? Had to go and nearly kill the poor sub, then desperately try and stitch me up. I don't buy the story at all. But it's not about that right now. It's about making sure I don't get everyone killed. So Smithy here is going to testify about his master plan. He's going to tell you idiots the true story behind this attempted murder. Ain't ya, buddy boy? Uh-huh. I need another drink. Goddamn. Ooh. Oh boy. It's true. I admit I tried to kill my former friend, Earl Brisbane. The only reason I became his friend was to get close enough to take his enigmium. I enlisted the aid of Hemlock. He had contacts in high places, or so I'd heard. He oversaw the investigations as Detective Robert Snow, with nobody the wiser. In doing so, he altered the crime scenes to protect me. That was our deal. In return for his services, he'd get a 30-70 split of the enigmium profits. Then, I got paranoid that Earl was onto my plan. Think you can piece together the rest, Phoenix. The rest, Phoenix. Can't speak. No, that's not what happened, and I can't do a single thing about it. Is that really what happened, Detective? Believe it, Judge. I wanted to keep my cover, but circumstances forced me to ditch the disguise. Heard enough lies and wrong opinions for far too long. Hence the armed henchman? hence the armed henchman. You heard it here first, ladies and gents. There's your guy, and he outright said so himself. What about my cross-examination? I have the right to analyze my client's testimony. Objection. No, you don't. I tell you what rights you have, champ. The ones that convenience you, I suppose? Right deserves a proper cross-examination. If the defendant is right, then there's no need for concern. I've just had an idea. Nicky can have his cross-examination. It won't make a lick of difference whether he has it or not. I mean, after all, Smithy's word is golden. Ain't that right? And it was my idea to give you this privilege, Nicky. I'm in a good mood today. Pray it doesn't change. Sure have a funny way of showing it. Oh. What happened to your head? Why do you got veins coming out your head? That doesn't seem correct. What do you mean, former friend? Can't very well call myself his friend after I tried to kill the man, can I? Then again, it was only fair. He took a few swings at me the day I met him. And that's your only excuse for nearly killing him? Of course not. I'm not that petty. Then why did you make friends with Brisbane? I don't believe that for a second. Are those your words or the judge's? Me? But I'm innocent, I tell you. Not you, Your Honor. I meant... called. Not you, Your Honor. The other Your Honor. Cheer up, slugger. I'm just messing with you. I have to amuse myself somehow till this boarfest is over. In all seriousness, though, Smithy, answer the poor man. They're my words, actually. Definitely not being fed lines or anything like that. Watch it, buddy. Nobody likes a liar. Our agreement may be over, but you still don't want to push these buttons. Did you just say you and the defendant had an agreement? Yep. Keyword being had. Smithy, want to bring everyone up to speed? I guess so. It's not like I have a choice anyway. And how did you come to know about Hemlock? I thought he and Aculus operated in total secrecy. Objection! Here's a better question. How did you, Nicky? Well? It was Trent, wasn't it? Oh, Jimmy, I just can't shake you off, can I? Having killed Trent's wife, it's not surprising he knows. But that's another story for another unrelated case. If it ever happens. Tell him, Smithy. How did we get acquainted again? Going back 5 years to my first investigation. I took the enigmium from the crime scene and delivered it to a role privately. Figured he deserved a bit of compensation for what Volpa did to his eye. But you mentioned earlier that you contacted Hemlock specifically to obtain the enigmium. If you so easily retrieved it, why hand it over to Brisbane? I didn't know what it really was. As far as I knew, it was just a playing card, some sort of lucky charm or whatever. Anyways, a certain Mr. Hemlock sought me out and told me what exactly I let go of. Then we formed an alliance, for lack of a better word. We waited years for the perfect moment to put our plan into action. Then Hemlock gave me a role's address. Told me to take care of a role and he'd do the rest. And how did he get away with impersonating a police officer the way he did? Well, I kept it up for 5 years, so I must have been doing something right. Come on, Nicky, keep up. Did you all forget about that stuff with Foida yesterday? The chief's in my pocket, baby. He wouldn't dare act out of line on my watch. Oh, yeah, that's right. Robert Snow is one of my best characters yet. I adopted the persona back in my Cadopian Ring days to spy on the city's police force. Then the chief demotes me out of nowhere, seriously screwing up my operations. Got me into a fair bit of trouble with the ringleader, did Foida. So I just thought, meh, threaten the poor old man and let him know he was messing with an organized crime ring. And then you use your hold over him to turn a blind eye to your plans? You're seriously lucky you have armed backup, Mr. Hemlock. I am, aren't I? And how did Detective Snow benefit your plans, Renwick? Hemlock would have had free reign to do whatever he wanted with the crime scene. Well, duh. So I guess in a way it didn't matter if I could set up the crime scene in time, because it was Detective Snow who would come running. Genius. He really did rig everything. So if this heist was plotted with the aid of Hemlock, what would he get out of it? $30.70? Why such a small cut? Would a crime boss really be so reasonable as to demand nearly a third of the spoils?
Objection!
Two things. Thing, the first. You're forgetting the value of enigmium in that quantity. A third of its total worth equates to a good few million. And thing, the second, I was getting the 70. Wouldn't have put me at any odds, though. Can't argue with $30 to $40 million to myself. But then what happened, champ? Tell all the nice people what you did. That's when you tried to frame your co-conspirator? I thought I'd killed a role, my friend. I just stood there looking at what the hell I'd done, and it started to sink in. It was then I realized, far too late, this whole idea wasn't worth it. That's when you changed tack and tried to frame Hemlock? I was wearing gloves the whole time, as Miss Weaver's testimony holds, but as part of the plan I'd altered my fingerprints to match Hemlock's beforehand. I purposely imprinted them all over the murder weapon and the enigmium. But wait, up until this point, Hemlock has been a virtual unknown. How are you hoping the crime would trace back to him? He may have been an unknown, but he was hidden in plain sight. I was hoping the police would somehow check the prints and put two and two together. 5 years, my buddy, and he goes and does this. And that about wraps things up. I don't think so. Renwick had to fabricate that testimony on the spot under Hemlock's watch, meaning there has to be a contradiction somewhere. Wait, that's it? That's all the cross-examination time you'll allow? Smithy confessed, champ, and he detailed the plan rather well, if I say so myself. And if you won't take his word for it, take it from Uncle Hemlock. I, usurper of the Cadopian smuggling ring, aka one badass son of a gun, approve this trial. Renwick's taking all the blame while you're about to walk out of here with the enigmium. Of course you approve. You know, looking at the clock, I really was expecting this trial to end a little bit later. Had it in my head that I'd be walking out at 12C, just in time for lunch. Oh, go on then. Smithy, you're free to confess all over again. Repeat it nice and good to really cement it in everyone's heads. I'm like, how on earth does your mind work? Not that I have any right to complain. His fickleness has bought us a bit more time. And you're sure you don't mind another cross-examination? Yeah, sure. Why not? Just gonna be a rehash of what we already know. I mean, it's not like Smithy's gonna say anything different, not on my watch. I'm confused, Hemlock. If you have so much control, why don't you just leave? I'm not suggesting you do, but it's not like we have the power to stop you. Let's be honest here. You all wish I'd leave. Who cares about who's guilty and who's not guilty of this crime anymore? You all just want me to leave so you can get on with your lives. Don't deny it. You're all just dying to make it out of here alive. Excuse the pun. But there's a message that's just not getting across. It's not about what you want. You need to get in your heads, all of you, that I'm the one in control here. Hemlock does what's best to preserve his happiness. Edgy, shut up. Judge, stop looking at me like that. Audience, listen. Smithy, start from the top. And Nikki, you may begin your cross-examination. Whoa. Let me stop you there for a second, champ. Almost forgot to go over the ground rules, Nikki. What kind of ground rules? You've pressed everything once. And looking at the clock, I've got about 6 minutes to spare. So to cut back on time, you're only going to press one statement. Only one? But how can I handle up the penalties? Make sure you don't get too trigger happy. Them's the breaks, buckaroo. One statement. Press only. Go. This is absolute madness. How can I find a contradiction if he's going to impose these rules? This must be intentional. There's something here he doesn't want me to find. He's cocky enough to think that I can't. Already know. I just want to look at some stuff real quick. No. That makes sense. No, it doesn't. But it has to make sense, I guess. Well, that doesn't make sense because this crime scene pointed out Renwick as the perpetrator. So I'm gonna save here. In what ways did he tamper with the crime scene? Wrong one. If you give Riot a chance to explain, I'm sure you will think otherwise. That ain't exactly possible, champ. My thinking is what made me the man I am today. It's everyone else's thinking that's wrong. Well, that was not right. Whoa, hold up. I'm not supposed to be presenting any evidence right now. What was that noise, champ? You sneezed or something? It was just, yes, a sneeze. Sorry. That was a close one. No presenting, Phoenix. Just press one statement and one statement only. I pressed that, though, right? Hold on. Oh, yeah, okay, alright. Alright, so I guess that's not it. Elaborate again on what you mean by former friend. Objection! Wrong one. Shit. Wait, no, let me go through the fairly conversation. Chance to explain, I'm sure you will think otherwise. Oh, yep, never mind. I am wrong. Come on, Renwick, you know your friendship was genuine. Objection! Wrong one. I'm sure you think otherwise. It's actually possible, James. Is everything wrong? Okay, well, let's make a save here. I'm making so many saves. But I gotta remember which statements I press and which ones I don't press. Friends in high places? You didn't know he was the smuggling ring's new leader? Objection! Wrong one! Wait. Hold on. Well, I have a feeling you're just not gonna let me win. Did you just say investigations? What? You didn't say investigation, you said the plural. You're not just talking about this investigation, are you? We touched on this before, but Detective Snow was in charge of other recent investigations. The murders of Marvin Grossberg, Stan Niff, Cedric Mapplethorpe, and Perry Docks. And as we've now established Robert Snow to be no more than a fictional character, I bet Hemlock tampered with all of those crime scenes, didn't he? He was involved, wasn't he? And the chief of police allowed him to do it. Huh? But how did you? Just stop lying, Smithy! Change that statement now! It's the only one he's altered. This new statement is clearly a desperate cover-up. A cover-up for something that struck a nerve with Hemlock. I have to think of something to counteract this new statement. Something that proves Snow altered more than just the current crime scene. I have to take the risk and present something here. Oh, shit. I'll find the statement. Yep. this investigation, but it's the only one he's... Oh. Oh, man. So ill. It's the only crime scene he's altered. You say that, but I don't know. Yeah, save. I'd say the bloody bag, because VD8. But Paradox is the one who stole that, so maybe not. This one? Whoa, hold up. Wait, what? No presenting. Excuse me? I'm supposed to present. Let me press this again. It's a new statement. Cover up. I have to think of something to counteract this new statement. Something that proves take the risk. Present something. Okay. Oh. Because Brisbane doesn't have an eye. It could either be the photo or it could be the enigmium itself. I'm gonna try this first. Oh. Okay. What happened to the green bar? The hell? I'd say this is the enigmium itself then, right? No? Wait. So what do I... Okay. Let me save here. It's not the bag. Is it the bottle? Nope. I know I don't lose any health points for that, but... Maybe the knife? Nope. Well, time to try everything, I guess. Why did I do that? Did not mean to do that. Autopsy report. Where's Bane? No. Oversaw the recent investigations? No. Okay. Only one he's altered. That's not true, though. The wire? No. Not the autopsy report. That was part of this investigation. I haven't tried the electronic device yet. Also haven't tried this mug shard. This one? No. Mugshard? No. Okay. Frisbee? No. Where's Prairie Docks? There he is. No. Okay, you know what? I'm pretty stuck right now. I'm gonna check the guide for this one. Okay, alright, I got it. It is, the ghoul. Detective Smith, you assert that the current crime scene was the only one Hemlock tampered with. Objection! Hey, buddy, you forgot the rules? What did I just say? I haven't forgotten, but you're gonna want to listen to this. Because I know for a fact that you altered more crime scenes. For example, the incident at the Maplethorpe Hotel. Wait, what? Excuse me? What do you mean by that? The hotel murder? Correct, Your Honor. And I have since discovered the victim to have been an Aculus agent. One Aculus agent killing another. Sounds like a case too fitting for Robert Snow. Yes, a crime all too convenient for a certain sarcastic detective to trapeze freely about. Oi, I'm standing right here, mate. Come on, Harry, does that really sound likely? All I ever wanted to do on duty is drink tea and look busy. Hiding behind your puppets won't help you, Hemlock. And by the way, ain't you forgetting a little something, mate? You found the killer. If I really did mess with the crime scene, that pretty maid would have taken Cedric's place. I get to know he makes some sense. If Hemlock wanted to alter the scene, he would have done something even I wouldn't uncover. But too bad for him that I did find out. That knowing look. You have something to say, don't you, right? You're right there, Edgeworth. Detective Snow, Hemlock, I know what you tried to do. You tried to pervert the course of justice by... I would say probably obscuring the bullet hole, because we still don't know how that got covered up before. Something of a curiosity that arose in that case. For a long time, we all assumed that the defendant, Maris Rubin, had shot the defendant. But that theory didn't account for the trajectory of the bullet, because as we later discovered, the killing shot came up through the floor from the room below. Yes, I think I remember. But surely a bullet hole was found in the floor? Not at first, Your Honor. Because somebody placed the body tape over it. Somebody who knew no one would touch a crime scene, most of all the body tape. And there's no way any ordinary detective would have missed that bullet hole. But bloody hell! And how did this discovery come about? Did you move the body tape? Not me. But funnily enough, what exactly happened again? Somebody's coming out of the victim's room. It's Terry Grayson. What was he doing in the victim's room? Tape forms the outline of the victim's body. Is it just me, or is the outline different somehow? It looks like part of the tape has been moved. The tape near the victim... How the fuck did the tape cover that up? Sorry. The tape near the victim's foot has been moved. What's that? A hole in the floor? What's this doing here? Ah. Did Grayson make this hole, or was this here the whole time? He was using different names to protect his identity from Hemlock. But Detective Jerry Jackson and his ex-Interpol investigator, James Trent. And he moved the body tape to reveal the evidence Hemlock tried to hide. Give this guy around, Judge. He's going to base. Trent, you here too? I've been watching all you trials from the audience. As a disgraced has-been, I couldn't get much too involved, officially. But chasing down Hemlock has been my mission in life since... Since Sarah? You dare say her name to me? What, Sarah? Fine. I won't say Sarah again. Sarah's husband. You killed her, you sick freak! You did everything, people. Arrest him now! How long has it been, Jimmy? How many years have we been playing this game now? 6 years. 6 years since we were assigned to find you. It got harder and harder to shake you off. And then your darling wife's accident. Because of you. If you hadn't gone down that path, it never would have happened. If anything, it should have triggered an epiphany. Bad things always happen when I chase a lead on the boogeyman. Maybe that means something. Oh, it didn't put me off. It drove me even further to finding the bastard. Oh, come on, Jimmy. I'm sure loads of people trip over garrote wires and choke themselves to death. Happens all the time, right? Ain't none of my doing, Buster. Hey, right. You better make sure you nail this freak. Back to your seat now, Jimmy, like a good little has-been. I plan to. Don't you worry about that, Trent. Okay, guys, let's all forget that ever happened, yeah? What were we talking about again? Oh, yeah. Nicky had some crackpot idea that Snow tampered with more than one crime scene. Well, I for one believe what he said. If anyone was to conveniently place the body tape over such a crucial evidence... Well, excuse me if Niff landed on the bullet hole. You had to have seen the hole. It was too large to glance over. And besides, Mapplethorpe was one of your lackeys. It's understandable you tried to cover for him. That wasn't for his benefit. I was trying to protect my own organization. If he blabbed... it would have made my life a lot harder. Boy, thanks to Jimmy there, that all went out the window with Plan R. That was your motive, wasn't it? The fact remains that I did expose Mapplethorpe, and he in turn exposed Aculus. I killed Stanley by accident, but I had intent to kill Vic Barrows. You've told us this much. Why can't you tell us who you work for? Or what sort of business you and the victim were involved in? Bearing my soul was the best thing I've felt in years. Being able to finally confess my bottled up feelings and troubles, to drop my calm facade, it was just what I needed. But this, I'm afraid I must take to the grave with me. My hands are tied, Mr. Wright. My very life would be in danger if I gave that information. In fact, my life is in danger right at this very moment. True, he didn't go into further detail, but it was enough to rile you. That was why you went about framing Volper for his murder. But how does that imply that Snow tampered with this case too? You can't blame him for messing with two crime scenes without some way to connect them both. And how are you gonna do that, Buckaroo? You can't. End of. Whenever he tries to assert something, it's because he doesn't want to let on. So there must be something to prove he had a hand in both crime scene alterations. Oh, no. You ain't backing out of this dead end now, my man. And you and I both know you can't tie me to both instances of crime scene tampering. So what are we trying to connect? I can't remember what we're trying to connect. Let me save here. We're trying to connect. God damn it, I already forgot. I already forgot what we were trying to connect. Shit. We're talking about the Mapplethorpe murder. And talking about Mapplethorpe's murder, and who else was it? Was it the Volper murder? Volper murder and Doc's murder. That's what we're trying to connect. Maybe this bag? What was that? What's that supposed to be? Your undoing, that's what. Scary. Okay, so I'm wrong. I should not have played this sick. I should have waited. But I'm stupid. I'm just gonna try everything. Spot. Not the bottle. This shard. Never mind, not the shard. Two both instances. Instances. Try fingerprint report? No. Let's say about Volper. And I can't even back out of it. He said he won't let me, so I guess I'm locked in for this one. Is it the notepad? Nope. Maybe it's this one. Okay, well, that's not it. I literally have no idea what it could be. Represent Perry Docks? Okay, alright. I've tried enough. Time to go to the guide. Again. Okay, so it's the wire. I think I can see why, but this wire is specifically to... Well, I guess it connects because a wire killed Maplethorpe in that case as well, so... Then perhaps you can explain this? Wait, wasn't strangulation by garrote wire the cause of the death for Maplethorpe? Not to mention the method by which Brisbane was nearly done in himself. But what am I getting at? How does this piece of wire connect both crimes? Because this wire and the one that killed Maplethorpe are one and the same. Ugh. Shut up! I said shut up! You're saying that Maplethorpe's killer recycled the wire to use against Brisbane? How can you be so sure it was the same one? Take a closer look, Your Honor. See the slightly rusted part on one end? There's something wrapped around one of the bars. Looks like a piece of wire. That was the murder weapon, you know. This wire was used to kill Maplethorpe? Yeah, and the obvious trace of blood on it proves. Looks like one end of the wire is rusted, too. Not exactly a case-breaking discovery, though, is it? Now I ask you, Your Honor, does that not sound like this very wire? Oh my! So that means that the culprit behind Maplethorpe's murder was not Vex Volper. He too was trapped in Hemlock's influence as an Aculus member. Volper? Then that would explain his fear towards the boogeyman. And Hemlock was capitalizing on that fear to control Volper and make him take the blame. Because who would question a certified murderer like Volper? Not so fast, righty boy. Oh no, now we have Volper to deal with. You left out a teensy little detail in that theory. My prints were on the wire. And tell me, righty boy, were those my prints on the other wire? Well, the obvious answer is that you wiped them off before using it to... Nope! Then how else do you... Nope! Let me just... Nope! Please, let me... Nope! This is just... Nope! Oh, he has Volper's annoyance factored down to a T. Well, fine. Let's just say that my prints were wiped before it went around Brisbane's neck. Whose prints are there now? Smithy's or mine? You both have the same prints, so there's no real way of... Yeah... Didn't think that one through, did you, Buster? You can argue mine were on the police documents, sure, but the crime scene? Can't prove I was there, can you? Ugh, I can't tell their fingerprints apart. Hemlock would be the obvious candidate, but that only adds the doubt that they're Renwicks. Now the chitter-chatter around the case right now is that I'm the so-called boogeyman killer. The reason Jimmy over there has been losing sleep, that and Sarah. Damn! Sarah, by the way. And might I add, Sarah. No, I can just sense Trent seething right now. So naturally, Smithy would want to set me up by mimicking the boogeyman's M.O. His M.O.? You mean the presence of a garrote wire? His plan was to lead on poor Jimmy into thinking he'd found the boogeyman's next victim. Then by planting my prints all over the scene, he'd make me out as the killer. Jimmy was so sick of chasing a phantom killer, Smithy wanted to give him a face. Mine. Are you kidding me? You deny being the boogeyman? It looks like his plan worked better than I thought. Use your brain, slugger. Doesn't the boogeyman never leave traces? So why then did he now conveniently leave traces? You know what? Let me put this whole thing another way. Okay, well, I'm tired. I'm sick. We're gonna get into this next segment next time. Holy shit, we're only 20 minutes in. Oh god, this is gonna take forever. Okay, see you guys next time.